Namaste. Welcome back to Mindful Serenity Yoga, or Waking Up in a Busy World, whatever site you're tapping into. And we're going to continue answering questions from my trusty jar of over 50 questions in here, collected from all different resources and whatnot, and from questions that were actually posed to me. I had already pulled out a question in a previous video, but I am going to redo it. I had promised that I would just go ahead and do whatever I did and put it up as such, but I was having trouble with my timer off and on, and it really delayed my thinking to some extent and the video itself. So I am going to do this one question over again. I'm going to ask for your permission, not your permission, but your forgiveness. Why should I listen to you or read what you write? Why should I listen to you or read what you write? So the timer is already set. I'm going to take a nice deep breath. So this person is asking why they should listen to what I have to say or read anything I write about. And I'm going to say, first of all, that they don't have to. You, whoever you are, do not have to read anything I write, nor do you have to listen to me. And I'm telling you right now that I am not the one with the answers. I am no expert, and I've said that many times before. I am not a spiritual teacher. I am definitely not a spiritual guru or master of any kind. I am just a learner who learns through teaching. I am someone who wants to receive, so I give. And to me, the two go hand in hand. Giving and receiving go hand in hand. Learning and teaching go hand in hand. And of course, Miracles, of course, teaches a lot about that. So I am here as a learner. So what does that mean for you? You definitely do not have to listen to me. You do not have to read what I write. And I do not want you to have that sense of obligation with anything you do. The shoulds of this world and the musts of this world and the have-tos of this world are terms we really need, I believe, to get rid of. Only because they create obligation, a sense of obligation and a sense of pressure in a world where we're already feeling too obligated and too pressured. So getting something from me and what I have to say is a possibility for sure, but I don't want you coming into this with expectations that you will, because you may not, right? There are so many better teachers out there, so many more people who are more evolved and more suited to provide that direction that you may be requiring at this point in your own journey. And I don't know where you are in your journey. I would point you in the direction of Plum Village or Deer Park Monastery, you know. Monastery is started by the wonderful master who I feel I can call a true spiritual master, Thich Nhat Hanh. You know, I can point you in the direction of, you know, Tara Brach and Joseph Goldstein and Jack Kornfield. If you're interested in the Buddhist perspective on things, and then there's yoga perspective from modern thinkers like Michael Singer I can point you towards, or, you know, Eckhart Tolle, definitely. So many others out there that you could be listening to and reading other than me. So I'm not coming here to pull you in and convince you of anything, to preach to you and to tell you, yeah, you got to listen to me because I got this. I'm not promoting self here. I'm not promoting anything my ego wants here. In fact, my ego is standing in the background right now, cursing at me for doing this. This is not something I've seen myself doing at the age of 58 when I was, say, 20. This is not the topic matter that I would have liked to have published or been speaking about. But here I am. And I'm here for a reason. Every morning I get up and I sit myself down in front of my computer to start my blog, and my day does not feel complete unless I get an entry in. And half the times when I start writing, I don't know what I'm writing about or what I'm going to write about. Maybe a quote has resonated inside me from my morning practice, or maybe something I read comes to mind, and then I go from there. But it's like, as soon as I start typing, something else takes over. It's not an ego pursuit. It really isn't. I'm not glorifying ego and its puny little needs here. I feel compelled by something far greater than this clump of flesh and this busy mind that I sit down with to write, that I'm sitting down with to do this video with. I just feel that as I awaken, the meanness of everything just kind of disappears and something deeper takes over with my writing and takes over my speaking. Not that I'm being a channel or anything like that. I just say we all have this capacity to be open to that deeper wisdom that's within all of us. So anything I say here and anything I write are just pointers. You have the deeper knowledge within you already. You have the true teacher within you. And it's just a matter of turning toward that, going deeper inside yourself and finding that. Sometimes what I have to say may help to point you in that direction. Maybe my finding things and my connecting, even though it's just glimpses of connecting to my higher self, may inspire you to connect to your higher self. Maybe we'll see the connection in one another through the connection of one, the unification of one to their higher self. I sometimes think of myself as a big pen, Looks like I have all the ink inside me and that I am the ink, but I'm not the ink. I'm just the canister, the clear plastic canister that allows the ink to come through. It's okay with me that I'm that, and I'm not the ink, and what I have to say half the time does not belong to me. It's something deeper and greater and does not serve the ego. So that's what comes out of me a lot of times when I speak and when I write lately. Sometimes ego's there too, don't get me wrong. Sometimes I goof up royally and ego pops in and guides me in the wrong direction here, or pushes me to say or write something that later I would say, oh, maybe I shouldn't have done that, So, any information I share here has been gained through years of my own searching and years of my own walking this path, listening to great, great masters like Thich Nhat Hanh and many others, feeling what they have to say more than processing it mentally, feeling it trigger something inside me that leads me deeper to the wisdom that's already in me. I want to share that. I want to share that process with you because I want you to find that process within yourself. I think the world would be a better place if we all woke up a little bit. You consider what I'm doing woo-woo nonsense. I know ego does. Still reprimands me all the time. But I have learned to shut ego out, not to listen, and to do what the higher part of me wants me to do, if there is a doing about it at all. Lots of times it's just being. I learn to follow my heart, which is opening more and more as I get further along this path. And part of that opening is sharing what I have, my thoughts, my feelings, my learning, my growing, my expanding. Because there's really no my in that. It's just growing, just expansion, just learning of life, through life. So you don't have to listen to me, please. please. I don't want you to have any more pressure than you already have. Wow, that's the timer going off. That scared me. I wasn't expecting that. Anyway, as you can tell, my time is over. Anyway, my time is over. Thank you for listening, if you did listen. And I hope you did get something from it. But if not, that's perfectly okay. Namaste.